Or Felony, and I'll be your host for today.
I'm a natural Neko-chan's cat girl, Uwu, Mew46.
I'm Misa or Watson, and I'm here.
Okay. Hi. I swallow like a Skyrim character. I'm here.
Hi, I'm Max or Bill, depending on how you're feeling today. Welcome to the Anything Sessions. So how are you guys today? How's it been? It's been a while since we've recorded anything all together.
It really has been a while. I had a growth spurt. Look.
Yeah, look, and then we're just looking at the little podcast image. Oh wow, this is so evident.
Yeah, I'm talking about the talk spec, you whore.
I'm playing Tomodachi right now. Would you like to hear my 3DS?
What?
This is a yes or no question.
Yeah.
Yeah. What are you talking about?
I used to actually own Tomodachi Life, but my little brother broke my 2DS XL. It's no longer charging, and the top screen is completely broken, so you can't see anything anymore.
I am so
Death
sorry
penalty.
for this loss.
Death penalty to your little brother.
I still haven't forgiven him. It's been 2 years since it happened, and my 2DS is actually still laying next to me right now. And there's a bunch of clay figures and a bird skull on it right now.
Completely normal people things to have.
Yeah, says the person who owns a rat skull.
Okay, fair. So
shaking my head.
Yeah, so okay.
Today's topic.
Hi everyone. It's been a couple months. Back on topic. Summer has come and gone. It's like the end of August. Heat is slowly moving away. The cold weather is rolling in. And school's about to start. So, I mean, I'm already in class. I've been in class for 2 weeks now. But what did you guys do during the summer break? How was that for you guys?
I don't remember anymore. I mostly just sat here on my desk, working on multiple projects, mainly art. I've learned how to make Half-Life 2 mods during summer, which is a pretty fun thing to do, but also really painful because you know the Source engine. And mainly improved on art. For the rest, I don't really know exactly. I just did things.
Imagine knowing the Source engine.
I think I was hanging out with my friends during the summer.
Kane!
Well, some days. Like, we had, a bunch of birthdays in the summer, so, most of them were at my house.
There's a serpentine going on, and you're hanging out with your friends?
Most of us are vaccinated.
There's a serpentine.
We are aware, yes. There's already kids at my school who have COVID. And we all have to go to school physically.
They said fuck those kids.
Yeah, and it's been 2-3 weeks of school.
I have to go to a new school, and the school is very tiny. In my class currently, there's only 5 kids in my class.
Oh my god.
Oh my god, you're like my 10th grade class in my old school.
Oh my god.
Yeah, I'm going to a special education school because all the schools I've been to just didn't work out.
Wish.
I honestly don't know what to expect. I hope it'll go alright. And I mainly hope I'll make new friends there because it's been a while since I've talked to my real life friends. I've 2 real life friends. That's it. And I'm not good at talking to them.
I've never been to a special ed school, but I was in the special ed program at my old school, which private school. And people there are great. Special ed kids are amazing.
Ever seen a special ed program here in Mexico, which is fucked. I remember talking about this with somebody, and this is a little depressing, but it's this is probably just because I haven't seen it, but it's I remember like, hey, you know, I was like, hey, there aren't any like special ed programs. Like I remember my old high school, like in Canada, there was like a one or like a couple programs, and I remember, you know, there was other schools that were specifically for that. And this guy was like, yeah, well, that doesn't exist here, so it doesn't matter. And I'm like,
Yeah,
"What the
my mom
fuck
told
are
me
you
that when
talking
I asked
about?"
her about moving to a special ed school this year.
Moving aside from this depressing ass topic, like just listen.
I have a fun
Special
story
ed-
about school.
Is
Yeah,
it
go ahead.
about the time you almost pushed the girl down the stairs?
No, I've told that. I think I told that in the first session.
Yeah, you're gonna like
No, it's
tell us again.
I can tell that later, but this one's more recent. So I'm moving into the ninth grade. Ooh, ninth grader. And the eighth grade was a hard time
Freshman.
for me. Eighth grade was a very hard time for me because I don't like online classes. So the way I dealt with that was I just didn't go for like second to fourth quarter last year. I didn't attend any classes. I completed all the work I needed to pass to not fail. Well, I couldn't have failed. It's a public school, so they can't fail me. They can't afford to. And I managed to pass in every work I needed in the span of a week. And I got like 80 on all my grades.
Oh my god! Congratulations, but also never do that again, please, for the love of God.
I know.
Yeah, that's
Imagine
really
me-
horrible.
Imagine me not having gone to any class for 3 whole quarters of the school year, and I still passed with like 80 in most subjects.
Subject
I'm
I've
so
gotten
pretty.
was
I don't think this will
Uh,
ever happen in my school.
I got like 20 or 30 on French class. I still
Why are
can't
you
do
taking
French.
French?
We have to. In Belgium, you speak both Dutch and French. And because of that, in schools, you are forced to learn French there, and nobody likes it.
Hot take. I think I think no one anywhere should speak French. I don't care if you're in France. You shouldn't speak French.
I speak Dutch. I live in the Dutch part of Belgium. You can heavily hear it on my accent.
Yeah.
My
French.
brother is learning French right now.
Oh God. Speak
Oh,
French is
boy.
a very hard thing for me to say. I keep accidentally saying freak French.
Why is
Speak
French
French?
taught so often? That's what I'm thinking about. Because I'm like, okay, well in Canada it's like the national language. Got it.
Oh,
right?
I
It's like
think I think I know something like this. I think I was recently looking up stuff about like lingua francas essentially, which is like it's like a lingua franca is like a language that's spoken like to sort of unify across cultures, like English essentially. It's like a lingua franca now. It's like lots of people learn English very early on, know English for like business transactions and travel and tourism, and it's a language that a lot of people speak that kind of unifies them. Before English, I think it was French. Actually, French was a lingua franca.
Is that
It
why it's called
unified-
Franca?
No, I think it's called that because of how. I mean, even before French, Latin was the lingua franca of the world, or at least of the Western world. Lots of people spoke Latin, even if because of how the Roman Empire kind of colonized and expanded around. Lots of people spoke Latin in that particular area of the world, and so it was sort of a unifying language. That's why the church, up until very recently, a lot of its texts were written in Latin. Before the printing press made it super easy to write this stuff in the common language, the language of the people. But I think maybe the reason that French is still taught around a lot of the places because of the age of empires, the age of colonization, made a lot of the places in the world speak not their own native language, right? Like that's why Spanish is spoken in lots of places because of the Spanish Empire.
Boo, the Spanish Empire, boo!
Yeah. But I think there was just a lot of lots of places around the world were touched by the French Empire, so a lot of people spoke French. So I think that's why it's kind of it's not the lingua franca anymore because that's English. More people speak English now. but that I think is still like a ghost of that.
Yeah.
Right now, it's not really needed, is the thing. Like the
Yeah.
reason why we need it in Belgium is because Belgium speaks half French, half Dutch. But I don't understand in other countries where it's barely spoken.
I think every language has a right to exist, but I do support the extinction of the French language.
Yeah, same.
Me too.
It's
Okay,
had its
listen,
time in the sun.
French, it's not that bad, all right. Listen, I'm gonna come out as a French defender.
And
French
today
is
we're
cool.
learning that Max
And-
is a class traitor.
Okay, wait a minute.
Max
You're
is not
throwing
gonna
out
be here
words
for the
here.
next session.
We're kicking Max off the podcast. Thank you for coming. This is the end of the session. Thank you.
I
Kane,
do think that there is a point in learning languages that are like that they're outside of like your general
Yeah.
sphere, I guess, because I'm taking Spanish this semester, but my Spanish professor, he's an older man, and he told us the first 2 days I've only had 2 days of class so far yet, but he would tell us about how when he was younger and he was studying to get his degrees and whatnot. When he was in college and high school, or in secondary school, he had to learn Latin. Like that was a requirement in order to get his degrees, in order to graduate. He had to learn Latin, and then after that, he also decided to study Greek and Arabic. And as a result, he was actually able to tell us. He was actually able to tell us why it is that certain exceptions are made in Spanish. Like we were talking about masculine and feminine nouns, and he was telling us like why mano is la mano, why it's feminine, and why el dia is masculine, even though they end with the o and the a. Why that was, and he was like, "Oh, it's because it's Latin. It has these Latin origins," and he was able to tell us that. But he did go by very fast, so I wasn't able to catch what he said mostly.
I've been thinking of learning Latin. It seems like a cool language, even though nobody speaks it. It just looks cool when you can use it for symbolism or stories or character
more people should
names.
speak Latin.
I think it's useful to, if you're interested in linguistics, to learn languages that not many people speak, or to learn languages that have a lot of the root essentially at all the other languages, right?
Yeah, that
The Indo-European language tree, I think it's like, oh, it's really useful to study. Even if you're not going to be working in Greece, it's useful to study Greek because then you can understand like the roots of certain words, right? Like philosophy, comes from the Greek or whatever. And I think that's also why biblioteca means library, but fuck, I don't know where the
Libreria.
emphasis goes. Libreria, but that means bookstore. Like, why is libreria not library? Well, it's because of the Latin and Greek or something like that. Like the Greek is biblioteca, right? Because biblio is book or something like that in Greek. It's something related to that in Greek, but then libreria is based on some Latin root.
I think it's like biblio is like book, and then thek is like building, because it's like there's also, I guess, this is like I don't know, I think it's a Spanish word, but it's like an older word for like a club or like a bar was discoteca. Like
The
biblioteca.
Dutch
is
word for
So they have a lot of that same root. So I think it's just like room or building. I'm not
Yeah.
sure.
Yeah,
I love the
but
history.
the point is that one comes from Greek and the other one comes from Latin. So it's like oh, you would think they would be switched around, but no, that's actually how it works. Like that's that, and then English is a Germanic language, so then that's a whole different branch of this language tree, but it borrows a lot from Latin, so you can see it in the different words.
Thinking
I've been
also-
waving my hands around a lot, by the way. I don't know if you can tell, but I'm very much interested in linguistics, even though I'm not studying it.
I know a very fun example of root words in like language, in a whole linguistic sense, not just like the root word of X is this. Since the Philippines is like an island nation, we don't have horses. but we were colonized by Spain, which did have horses. So our word for horse is the same is the Spanish word for horse. I thought that's on
The
top.
money is the same. The money is the same in Spain,
Yeah.
Mexico. and
My
peso.
social studies teacher told me that there was like a debate or something that the word for money also means bitch. And I
Somebody
don't know
was
if that's
lying to
true.
you.
Although that would be kind of interesting. It's like, oh, how much is this table? That'll be 50 bitches, please.
Society if the world was run by pimps. I'm sorry.
Oh my god!
Sorry.
I respect women. I'm sorry. I fucking love languages and I love linguistics and I'm taking like 2 or 3 different like language class. I'm studying like languages, but like I have like linguistics and morphology, and then one that's like English language teaching specifically. And it's like being like someone who speaks 3 languages mostly well. It's like and especially like the 2 of them being like Latin Romance languages, and then English, right? So it's like I can always like figure out the root of words, or like break down words into their parts and be like, okay, well this is this and that like helps me a lot with like context clues, because everything is fucking difficult and I never understand what anything means. So I'm like, okay, if I break it down to the parts that I know and I translate it from French to English, then it'll be fine, right? But it's like, fuck, dude, linguistics is so fucking cool.
Linguistics are very cool. And I love that you're learning one of the most important languages of all, the language of teaching. Tell us about that.
I'm
Okay,
trying to find a book, just to linger on linguistics for just like a touch longer, and then we can move on to teaching. I'm trying to find the book that I think I had a book once long ago that was like about conlangs, constructed languages. It's like, this is how you make a fictional language, but I don't know where it is on my bookshelf. I'm gonna cry.
I'm looking at my linguistics notes actually. I'm like, what did I learn on Friday? I don't even have linguistics on Friday, so it doesn't even matter. But like, teaching, am I right, fellas? Somehow
Yeah,
university
no.
and education is the worst fucking class somehow.
Aren't you learning education? Why is education the worst class?
No, okay, I have like, okay, so let me read to you my class, like my class list right now. I have teaching, it's like teaching methods. No, it's not teaching methods. This is like methodology, and then it's linguistics and morphology, and then it's conversation, and then it's intro to education, and then it's observing the classroom, and then it's teaching and planning for the classroom.
Yeah.
Those are my fucking, because I'm getting that hashtag comprehensive education.
Is
And so
it
it's like,
morphology a science thing?
morphology is like words. I don't know what it means.
Ew.
I should interject. I am also taking an education class.
Yes,
I'm also studying to be a teacher. And we were just complaining about it last night because I'm like I'm making up my assignments because I missed the first week. I registered late. And I have to do a thing that's like, oh, you have to make a map of your education journey or whatever. Remember 5 moments from your K through 8th grade experience. And I'm like, I don't think I'm good at to be a teacher. I can't do this.
God.
Fucking, like, it's awful though, because because the thing is that we both had the same class, like not the same class, because we're obviously in 2 completely different countries, so it's like the education is different, but our classes have the same name and we both fucking hate them. I hate my intro to education class because the teacher doesn't even teach it. I literally get like 3 other classes where they tell us this is how a good teacher teaches something, and then I go to a class and then she does the opposite of what they tell us.
That's kind of fierce though.
It's ridiculous. They're like, a teacher should be engaged with their students. A teacher should be, explaining things and making, like, translating information into a way that a student can understand it and, like, helping them learn. And then this teacher is like, okay, here's 20 pages of reading. Here's a video that you've seen. Oh, this is ridiculous. Here's a video I've seen 5 times. And then here's a questionnaire. Fill this out. That's your whole work for the week. But then you also have to do a bunch of other shit, like make a diagram and then make a triptico. And then you have to do a bunch of shit. But I'm like, I haven't even had a class with you once. I'm, like, so mad about this. Listen, okay, listen. So there's
No one's
this
saying
video.
anything.
Listen, I'm so mad. Okay, so there is this video. It's a TED Talk called "How Schools Kill Creativity," something along those lines. and I have seen it 5 times, 5 or I think it's 4 times actually since middle school, because like teachers will show it to us, and I'm like, damn. I guess they sure are killing creativity because teachers can't find any fucking other videos. And I'm so mad about this. I saw it in 9th grade, in 10th grade, in 11th grade, and now in university. And I'm like, I'm going to destroy someone. I can't believe they would. The irony is destroying me.
They really
You are
love that
going to
video.
destroy Ted himself. You're going to destroy Mr. Ed.
You're gonna
Mr.
destroy
Ted
himself.
Or
The
whoever
video
was
was really
hosting
good.
that TED
It's a
Talk.
lot of excellent points, but like the irony is astronomical. It's just like, wow, okay, well, we've truly reached another height.
Speaking
I
of
have
astronomy. No, I don't have anything to say.
Oh my god. I think my class has been it's intro to elementary teaching, so it's not like intro to education at all, but it's like the very starting program, and then there's like a program that helps you with your journey through being a teacher. You don't have to take multiple classes at the college that I go to related to elementary to education, but you just do have to get your bachelor's degree in a chosen subject if you want to be a high school teacher, because you'll be a single subject teacher. But anyways, my class has been basically like, okay, we're gonna have one Zoom call per week on Mondays at this hour, and then it's an asynchronous online class from then on. You also have to do 45 hours of field work. Yeah, that's right, 45 hours of field work in the Introduction to Teaching class. We've just gotten here, and they're like, okay, time to do job shadowing.
In
Field
what
work?
field?
In teaching, basically. So like the field work, because of COVID, like they've had to restructure it, but basically previously if you wanted to be a teacher, you would have to be a student teacher, meaning that you would have to find a teacher with a school district that will accept you. You basically do job shadowing on them. You have to write down observation protocols, which I don't know how to do that. They haven't told us how to do that yet. And you have to basically like observe them in their classroom environment and see how they teach and how teaching works essentially. But that was pre-COVID, and now like their school districts are less eager to bring people back, essentially to bring them in person and to let outsiders in. Really.
Yeah.
So you know safety and all that. So they're adjusting the assignment. So it's like you can either do the job shadowing, or you can it's like you can either do the job shadowing, or you can like watch 45 hours worth of videos and do some like assignments that are like pre-made for you.
45 hours
Like-
of videos. That sounds horrible.
45 it's like 45 hours of like videos, lectures and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Or something like that. I have these written down.
When you said field work, I kind of thought you meant like in a field, like grass.
Like having like a
yeah,
little office desk
typically
on the
that's how
grass.
field work is done.
Which
That's
is why
how
I
it was named.
confused.
You know, but like yeah, they call it alternate field work, right? So it's like you have to view teaching videos, you have to complete assignments and stuff like that. Then option 3 is to work with an after-school program for 45 hours. And they are very vague about what an after-school program means, but fortunately my teacher has already said that because she works with the teaching as a career program, she can help us with figuring all that stuff out. We don't have to start our field work right away, but we do have to have it in place by the 3rd or 4th week.
Oh my god, that's literally like word for word what my observation class is. That's fucked. The same thing is like, oh, we're not gonna. Usually the university organizes like going to like different schools, and so they'll tell you have to be at this school at this hour, and so you would go. But like because of COVID, they're like we can't do this, and so he's like, oh, right now we're just learning how to observe. I was just looking at my notes about like my university notes where it's like observing is noticing and processing, analyzing, and I'm like, oh, I didn't pay attention to class. I was not reading the notes. I was drawing JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. But anyways, I'm thinking he's like, oh, we're gonna have videos. I guess the same way where it's like, oh, and then you'll watch the videos and then you'll write about it. I'm like, oh, that sucks. there are like 5 schools near like within 15 minutes like walking distance. I think I'm just gonna go to one and then ask because like they're private schools, so it's like whatever, right? And also my grandma
Yeah.
just like is a teacher and she like knows everyone. And so I'm like,
Private.
can you help me get into a school so I can, watch someone once that time comes?
That sounds so creepy, Max.
That's what the fuck. it
Can you
is.
let me to school so I can watch someone?
Not someone. It's a group of children. It's the difference.
That's even worse.
If I see you guys at my school
so
personally, I
fucking
think I would
funny.
start crying or drop out immediately.
Also, this conversation has unveiled to me a secret memory that I think I repressed. I had a substitute teacher at one point named Max that had hair dyed the way you have it.
Okay, listen.
Hmm?
Listen. Look me in the eyes. Look me into my animated eyes.
Yeah?
I don't believe you. I'm so sorry. I don't believe you.
It might be a
Not
fake
that
memory.
It's like you're lying to me, but like, listen. Sometimes we create memories, and I'm straight up. I'm calling this is sus as hell.
I'm gonna
Cap.
ask my friend from school if that happened. I feel like I did make this up.
Teacher named Max? Yeah, alright. It's a common name. Teacher named Max, the same fucked up Dua Lipa ass hairstyle that I do? Doubt.
Who the fuck is
Extreme
Dua
doubt.
Lipa?
I can't believe you right now. I can't.
This is
This is so sad.
why? That's literally how I have my hair dyed.
Wait, no. Dua Peep, right?
No,
Huh?
Little people, different. It's a rapper.
Dua Lipa, Dua Peep. That's why, because I've heard that name before. She's Dua Peep.
I think that's a different word.
No, Wendy Williams called her Dua Peep.
Is that true? Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
No. Is it?
We could be.
Someone
you
check
could be
this.
wrong.
Viewers, tell me if I'm wrong. I know I'm right. And if you're from my school, tell me if we had a substitute teacher named Max.
I don't think our
Don't
3
do that.
fans go to your school.
I hope not. If you know me, if you recognize my voice, leave. Don't watch our content.
Can I get my university professor, my conversation class, my podcasting class, as Jay calls it? Can I get my podcasting class university professor on the podcast, please?
Yes.
Please.
He's gonna give you an A+ already for this, or extra
Can you
credit.
imagine if
Have you
Have
brought
you-
up this? Have you brought up TAS in your class?
I did. When he was like podcasting, I'm like, OMG, I already do a podcast because I was like annoying and awful and like I'm one of those people. I'm like,
oh my god, you're me in my theater. You're me in my art class. Okay, kids, who knows how to use watercolors? And I'm like, hair flip, Jojo see a fly away. I know how to use watercolors, teacher.
It's awful.
Because
I'm
I'm gay with a sparkly capital G.
like I'm such a fucking teacher's pet. Like I love being a stupid like suck up because like that's the kind of person I am. But like I can't be that way in Mexico because the thing is like, I unfortunately English is my first language. So I am more fluent than nearly all of my classmates. Some of them they're all really good because they all took English for like a year, like a good solid year of just English classes before this. But I'm like, damn, listen. Unfortunately, I do have, perfect English. So I can't just be like, asking fucking loud ass complex questions and sucking up and answering every question because nobody else wants to. Because then if I do, then everybody's gonna think, oh, they're so fucking arrogant, and so I can't. But I'm very scared. It's frightening. I want to say so much, and then I do not. You're in hell, folks.
And that's on school.
Hell world.
I wasn't listening.
It's okay.
Oh, I do have an interesting story about school again.
If it involves you doing nearly a crime, please keep it to yourself.
Just quiet.
We can keep editing
it
it out, but he can't
awful?
save you forever.
Is it
Yeah.
helpful? Here's the acronym. Think before you speak. Is it thoughtful? I'm doing it on my fingers. Dude, like here's it. Your thumb. And with your thumb, is it thoughtful? Is it helpful? Is it interesting? Is it nice? Is it kind? And if it doesn't fill the 5 criteria, don't say it.
It is kind.
This feels like a
Um,
Max teacher moment.
It
Yeah,
definitely
one out
is
of 5.
kind.
1 out of 5 is an F.
No, because I forgot. Wait, so it's thoughtful, helpful.
Are you sure it's
Interesting,
helpful?
nice.
Do you think this will help us?
Interesting. No, it's interesting. Is it true, or no? Is it thoughtful? Is it honest? Is it inspiring? Is it necessary? Is it kind?
Is it necessary?
Well, I feel like I think we only need thick because nothing we ever say here is necessary. So
You're so right.
we don't. So
You're so
That's-
wrong. Okay. We're gonna
Okay.
I'm gonna get a poster of that. Let me.
I'll put it on the
Let me find
wall.
Wait, I got the version with the thoughtful, honest, inspiring, necessary.
Wasn't this
kind.
going around on Tumblr like a good while ago?
Yeah, I think it was.
Man.
okay.
Inspiring,
To
necessary.
preface, my story is not about any incriminating thing I did while I was in my bitchy phase. Let me get that out of the way.
Did you face or?
Excuse me? No,
One
literally,
of the
excuse me,
cats
I didn't
right
hear
here.
you.
I said was in your bitchy phase.
I'm
Direct.
quitting the podcast.
Okay, goodbye.
No, that's a
Yeah.
joke. Anyway, so my school when I was in the was it 6th or 7th? 6th. No, 7th, because I remember because this is the only thing I remember of the 7th grade. Our school, since I went to a private school, which is basically if you're a kid, no man's land. Teachers aren't gonna help you in private school. They let the kids just do stuff there, as evidenced by me. So for our music class in the 7th grade, all the grades were together, and this was a K to 12 school, but the kindergartners weren't there. It was just 1 to 12, and we all had shared melodica lessons.
Oh my god.
The melodica lessons were mandatory to get your music grade for that year, and guess what? The classes were also paid, so you basically paid to get your music grade.
Oh my god.
Are you sure you worked in a choir?
No, it was music. We don't have choir.
You guys don't
And
have
so-
choir?
No, here's how our school's set up. It has just the basic subjects. So there's just science, math, English, social studies, Filipino, because obviously, PE, music, art, and those 3 are just grouped in MAPE, MAPEH, music, art, physical education, health. What else was there? And there's TLE, which is like home ec. But I think when you reach 11th grade or 10th grade, you get math and algebra. So there's
Mhm.
that. Anyway, the thing about the melodicas is, the school didn't own them; they rented them.
Oh no.
You could buy your own melodica, like some did, but since a lot of us, since the school's tuition fee was high, like when I was in the 6th grade, it was like already like 90,000 pesos. Which for that school, can I just say this? It's not worth that much money.
It never is.
The floors were always dirty.
Yeah, that's not good for a private school.
We had to share melodicas. Well, sometimes not like share them at the same time.
Oh my
But
god.
if you didn't own a melodica that you bought, you would just have to like use one from the box of melodicas, which
Ugh.
unsanitary. So
They never cleaned them. Like never
No,
wiped them
they-
down.
they did clean them. The real problem was that some kids bit down on the mouthpiece.
Oh.
Like Jesus.
Man, no more shared wind instruments. I think, please.
I think
Like a recorder?
I think like loan instruments from school.
No, the students use them from the school, and the school was renting them out from from something.
Man.
I think that practice may change post COVID. I think about how unsanitary just a lot of our common practices are. Like, now that I think about it, why do I want to be blowing a bunch of spit on my friend's birthday cake before we eat it?
You're not the one who's supposed to be blowing out their candles.
Oh, I don't know.
Well,
I'm trying to think of the words, but they're not coming to me. Listen, I like linguistics. I can't speak very well.
I'm just imagining you blocking your friend out of view to blow their candles.
But the point, it's like, why are you? It's like, why are you like thinking about it? It's like, why are we like just this is common practice? Why are we blowing spit on the cake that me and my friends are now about to eat?
Well,
Right?
typically
Oh my
you're not
God.
supposed to like spit. It's like
I
say
know
it
you're not
and
supposed to
spray it.
spit, but like, I know you're not supposed to spit, but there's still like aerosols and stuff that you're gonna release no matter what. And it's like, why did we ever like start this practice? And
My brother
can we
has the
ne-
bang.
can we never go back? But it's like, I think even before COVID, my dad was very paranoid about that stuff. So he would just make us fan it out with like a paper plate or something.
Oh, my brother does this
candle.
banger thing with his birthday cake. He'll like go to the candles and like put it out with his fingers and then throw it away behind him. One time my dog ate the candle.
So sorry.
She was fine.
God damn.
This reminds me of my old birthdays because my mom would put the candles light them, and I would blow them out, and then she lights them again for all the little kids to blow out for my birthday.
Oh my god. So they got wishes on your birthday?
Yes,
That's not gonna be
for
allowed at my
for like
birthday
5
party.
years or more.
That's the birthday wish equivalent of coming to school with like a birthday treat cupcake or whatever, and then the teacher catches you with it and is like, "Did you bring enough for everybody?"
Yeah.
It's like, "No, this is my special cupcake. Fuck off."
Oh, in the US, do you guys have like because I know the school system is different there, so I think this might not be a thing. But over here, I think it's might be a thing in Mexico. Whenever there's like or in Canada, whenever a kid has a birthday, they'll bring like food for the whole class.
Yes, that is something sometimes happens.
Yeah, that
here.
happens at my
At least I
elementary.
remember that.
Yes, but when you were
It's
very
over
little.
Yeah, like
Not after.
elementary.
Yeah, only when you're very little, like elementary, because it's like you know
Yeah.
you're gonna be spending your entire school year with only those like 30 something kids. It's real easy to provide a small party for that, especially because it's elementary. It's only like you only have a single teacher. You don't rotate subjects until you get to middle school. So it's a lot easier to provide.
Wait, what
like
is
a birthday-
elementary?
Like a birthday.
Where is elementary? That
Primary.
doesn't help.
Elementary's like
I'm
over
asking the
here.
grades.
Oh yeah,
toddlers?
kindergarten through 5th or 6th.
Fifth.
I say 5th or 6th because it's 5th for some people. It was 5th for me, but 6th for some people.
Sixth for like it's like up until 5th grade for like everybody except for people in the United States. No, wait, other way around.
Yeah.
Only
Yes,
for people
yeah,
in
it's up to 5th. It's up to 5th grade in the United States, 6th grade for everybody else.
You know what's very
But
fucked
it
up
used to
about
be
the United
it used to be
States
6th grade at my school.
US schools
Elementary.
are so fucked up.
They are.
With my birthday there, my mom used to be like a really popular. I can never speak it out. Cake maker. She would make cakes for parties, for businesses, for whatever.
Oh my god.
And she would like make cupcakes for birthday parties at school. One time
My-
she even gave a workshop there at school. But she retired lately because it was getting too much work.
We are
That's
shaking hands.
awesome.
My mom makes cakes too.
My mom can now it's much harder to make cakes because she's nearly blind right now.
Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. I'm sorry to hear that.
Oh, it's fine. I mean, fine in like a way of, not that it's you know.
Yeah.
I'm not allowed to bake. I mean, like it's like for my safety and for everybody's
I thought you were gonna
safety.
say legally. Like you're
Like-
legally prohibited by the state of Mexico.
Yeah, I'm not actually allowed to
Hang
buy
on.
flour. No, but it's like my brother. Everybody's like, "Oh, can you please make cookies, or can you please make cake, or whatever?" And then I'm like, "I want to try cooking," and everybody's like, "What about another day?" And it's like everybody's always shooting me down. I'm not allowed.
Me,
to
that's
make
my
anything in the
parents.
kitchen.
My parents don't trust me around fire. They got me an induction cooker.
I don't even know
I
what that
really
is.
want to try to learn and
It's
bake.
it's like a type of electric stove.
Yeah, for my birthday, like a few years ago, I asked for candles because I was obsessed with candles. Not even just like scented candles, just candles. And they didn't trust me around fire to the point they didn't even get me a wax candle. They got me one of those plastic LED candles.
Oh.
Tea light.
And I say
Rest in
this as
peace.
if they don't have good reason to not trust me around fire. They do. A very good reason. Because I light
just-
shit on fire.
Make awful food. As many people know, the thing I have for breakfast nearly every day is a ham, cheese, and mayonnaise sandwich.
The
I've had it-
radiator hot dogs.
the
Mayonnaise,
radiator hot dogs,
mayonnaise, white bread.
white bread
It's
with
the
mayonnaise.
and mayonnaise, and Jay hates it.
Jay
Yeah.
was so mad. He was so mad at me for this. He was like, I just can't believe you. And I was like, I was hungry and we didn't have any ham at home, and I didn't want to eat it. I've also, you know how like sometimes you go to the deli store and like the ham is like, I'm saying ham, but it's like turkey, but it's like, you know, it's like in those big like pieces and those big like, I don't know what they're called.
Oh
But
yeah,
thing.
the big giant smoked rolls or whatever.
Yeah, and then they cut it and it turns into slices, right?
Yeah, on the deli cutter.
Yeah, so basically at the deli they can give you like the ends of it because at some point eventually it gets like too thin they can't cut it anymore and it's just like a big chunk. And like if you ask, they'll give it to you. Especially if you like finish it off, they'll be like, I'm just gonna throw it in there for free. And so then they just give it to you. And then one time they gave it to us and like my grandma's like, oh, you can cut this up and put it in your eggs in the morning or like have it for breakfast, I'm like, oh, that sounds awesome. And then that night I took it out, I got mayonnaise on 2 pieces of bread, and this was like maybe a centimeter thick, and I put it between 2 pieces of bread, and it was the worst sandwich I've ever eaten. Like think
Fuck is
about
a centimeter.
a centimeter
Yes,
of turkey
because-
with turkey meat.
Oh
it
my
was the
god.
end piece of a turkey.
It was the end piece of a turkey. It was the end
You
piece
ate
of-
a
It was the
turkey's
end piece
ass.
of a turkey. You did not chop it up. You didn't slice it or anything.
No,
It's
it was
just
just like,
whole.
You should listen to your grandma. Put that shit in your eggs.
Why didn't you like cut it up into bits?
because I was gonna put it between 2 sandwiches because I made it
Cut
into
it
a sandwich.
thinner. Just cut another
Were you
slice with
by
like a
any
knife.
chance fucked up that
I
night?
wanted to eat it like this.
Were you by any chance really fucked up that night?
No, I'm fucked up when I'm sober. It doesn't even matter. I eat the worst food when I'm.
You can't
1 o'clock.
spell Max without fucked up.
This is true. It's actually my secret middle name.
Oh my
my
god.
God.
Actually, that's
I
quite
banged on my
quickly.
desk and it scared my dog. I'm so
Oh.
sorry. I have my dog with me. Did I mention that?
Puppy, animal. Oh my god.
I'm gonna talk about her now. Her name is Paris. She's a Chihuahua. She's like 8 years old. She's going senile, kind of.
Huh?
It takes a. She's kind of like going senile for a dog because she's like an old Chihuahua. You have to like repeat her names a couple of times to get her attention. So kind of like my mom.
Maybe she's just on death, girl.
No. I know she's not deaf, especially because just now I banged on my desk and she started barking. She's a very stiff dog.
Puppy, animal.
Like sometimes she'll just like stand in one spot for hours.
She just likes that spot.
If you didn't know she was a real dog, like someone thought she was taxidermy one time
It's horrible.
until she barked at them and they got scared.
Oh my god.
I wish we could
Can you just
taxidermy.
sit so still?
Well, as still as a chihuahua can be, because they're always shaking.
Yeah.
Maybe I'll do
Are
it
we
when
ever
we hit
gonna
10.
release Session 0?
Never.
We will never release Session 0 unless
The
If you
lost
want to see-
episode special.
If you want to see Session 0, comment below. Don't. I don't have the link. I don't have the link, so.
Can we get this to 500? Can we get this to 500 retweets?
Oh my god, you guys, we should make a Twitter account for the anything sessions.
If you're a Scringlow male, comment below. I'll send you
Thinking
this.
about this now on the podcast.
So I was like, okay, what happens when you Google the anything sessions? So I was like,
Oh, yeah.
Google, clack, right? First result is session number 4, and then it's an Ask Me Anything session from I don't know, from like I think a
Why
police
session
officer
number
or something.
4?
I don't
People
know,
love
that
the even
was
numbers.
I mean, I don't know how many people watched or listened
Oh my
to.
god.
No, but then listen, here's the thing. The third like actual link result is a Google Meet.
Oh yeah.
Anyone
it's-
anyone go on it yet?
Absolutely not.
I've been Googling it. Should we join this Google Meets? Is that how that works?
No.
But like it's open. I have to ask to join. So if
Oh
they
yeah,
say
that's
no,
a Google Meet. I just
Crash someone's random Google Meets.
Why don't we just get a podcast there and it's random Google Meet? From now on, we no longer do the Discord. We go over to that one Google Meet link.
Yeah, no
Oh my
more
God.
no more YouTube.
more
We're
vi-
all going to Google Meet. We're all going on Zoom.
Oh my god.
My fucking god.
This is so stupid.
Hey,
I'm like,
we are the first result on image results.
Yeah. It's weird that session
The
4
first-
is the first one to come up when session 2 is our most viewed one. No, session 1 is our most viewed one, but when you look up the anything sessions on YouTube, session 2 comes up.
YouTube algorithm just loves even numbers.
Oh my god. Now we just have to. Now this will come up soon when someone searches the anything session somewhere. Because 6, even number. And then I will become the new one with space powers. Sorry, Kane. No.
I think
No,
I would.
I
I,
don't
think
wanna
I
do
would
it
kill you. I think I would.
I don't want to edit.
I think I would kill you.
hear the chirping of the dog.
Yeah, she does that. She's very sensitive. You could blow wind at her face and she like
Rules to this little animal.
Fucking sad. Sounds the sounds that Madeline makes when being attacked by a bear. I don't know what the that was.
I only told Marilyn this, but since everyone keeps referring to me like having space powers, I think I am the G-man of the TAS house, and it really just hurts me because I'm G-man phobic and.
Yeah, we talked about it. Kane is his
You are-
coworker's a G-man and his coworker's a G-man.
Okay. In addition to your fucking stagehand role on Full Mind Awareness, you pretty much are a G-man at this point. You're a mint blue Fortnite flavor G-man, but you are a G-man, I'm afraid.
Kane, how does it feel?
I'm gonna type this into the chat. Oh no! But now I want to say something, but it's very.
I'm fake
specific to
crying.
Mind Awareness.
I don't know how to feel about this. I honestly, if I ever saw G-Man in real life, I think I would kill and attack him.
Kill attack main.
So,
Yeah.
Have you never met an FBI agent?
I've
What
met
picture?
Child Protective Services.
That's a G-man.
Huh?
Kane, I'm so upset about
Yeah,
this.
government.
Since we're
agency.
talking about G-Man,
Um,
hold on, you hear
what is the G-man for like OSHA or like making sure that buildings are up to code?
Tommy.
The manager?
Shit.
OSHA official on Tumblr.com?
No, I mean like it's a G-man first, but like not every G-man can be like the same kind of G-man as whatever the hell Half-Life G-man does.
Yeah.
Where he goes into the science lab and he's like
There's
"You'll
a
do
G-Man
these-
who
these
literally just
science
is a
tests for us."
businessman.
There's a G-man who's just like the Department of Fish and Game, like the Wildlife Services.
That's
G-man.
Kane. That's what Kane is.
You're in the zone of death. You're in charge of you're the game warden. The G warden.
Oh yeah.
Gordon, if you will.
Gordon! This is the worst.
No, I think this is the best session so far. We're not talking about JoJo.
We are not.
Okay, well,
No, Jojo, please.
Please.
well, actually, JoJo Enjoyers is actually 3-2, so I think.
Yes,
we
but
win.
consider if you guys talk about JoJo, it's gonna be the last thing we talk about on this session. Because it takes so
You're
long
right,
to
we're
talk
only
about JoJo.
Well, how about instead of talking about generally about JoJo, Bill has been very, very enamored with the current watch through that we're doing of JoJo, and I want to hear like what you think of their thoughts of the story so far.
Me?
Oh my
Yes,
god.
because we are a good third of the way through Diamonds Unbreakable, I think, right now.
Oh man. Well, like,
Wasn't that the
whole
one you
story,
guys-
or, like, just Diamonds
that the
Unbreakable?
Isn't that the second one?
Second
this
one
is-
is Battle Tendency.
Battle. No, we
Yeah.
are through the fourth one, Diamonds Unbreakable.
Yeah. Sorry, I get a little bit hyped here.
Wait,
I'm
isn't that the
really-
one with Jesus?
Oh my god.
No,
No.
that's two of them.
That's
I'm
7.
really into JoJo right now
Oh,
because
Jesus
it's
is
also
also
on Valentine's
Valentine's
store.
But we were here to ask.
Yeah. Sorry, I get a little
Okay, Max,
What do
give
you-
us
what
your
do you-
thoughts.
Well, like, okay, my thoughts on just Diamond is Unbreakable or like all of JoJo? What's the
What's been? Tell us about your arc with Joseph so far.
Okay, so Joestar is my fucking enemy, beloved little old man, my whore. I hate him and I love him so much.
Same here.
He owned my heart in Battle Tendency, and then he captured my heart even more in Stardust Crusaders because I was like, OMG, a gilf. And then I heard he was being an unfaithful man, and I personally, I did castrate him because he cheated, and I cannot stand by this. I was so, you guys have no fucking idea how mad I was. I like, not like genuine anger, but I was like, how could he do this? He was the most loyal man. He was ride or die. I guess not, actually. He's a fucking cheater, and I was so fucking mad up until
Leading
you
up
know,
to Diamond is Unbreakable, you were very much like how do the rest of the JoJos fit in? Because if Jolene is Jotaro's daughter, then who is Josuke and Giorno? And then we found out who Josuke is the son of, and you were furious.
I was so this is not a spoiler-free review, by the way, but like I was so fucking mad. I was like, how could he do this? This is so disrespectful to Suzuki. He didn't cheat on her, okay? He cheated on us as a family. All right,
Oh my
it
God.
hurt. I was like, how could he listen? I'm
The
heated.
homophobia right now.
I put my whole heart into him. I was busting my ass to love this man, and he turns around
That does not.
and does
Oh my
like
god.
this. But Josuke is the love of my life. He is also a king. And then, listen, spoilers for part 4, I guess. But it's like, I fucking hated him as we were going through part 4, and then it's like, Joseph is coming, and I'm like, I fucking can't wait to spit on this man. And then, he arrives, and I'm like, oh! Like, no,
Because he's
just
just a sad little old man. Like he's like they're so ready to be like, I'm gonna beat the shit out of him. I'm gonna beat his ass or whatever. And then you see him on the boat, and he's got his tiny little glasses perched on his nose, and his big hat or whatever, and he looks up with like sad eyes and he's acting all senile or whatever, and it's just like a switch flipped.
It was like, I can't hate him, I'm sorry, and I've let him back into my heart. I need to send those 2 fucking screenshots that where it's like, you know, Joseph, my friendship ended with Joseph, Josuke is my new best friend, and then my friendship ended with Joseph, Joseph is my new best friend, the same 2 fucking thing twice. I need to find that because I was so fucking mad.
Oh my god.
It was like, I
It's
saw
really,
his
really
little
Joseph
old
is
man eyes, and
my
I was like, oh, I can't stay mad at you.
like this is what I'm sending it in the chat, but this is what he looked like showing up, and Bill's just like, oh.
I probably did the same scream, honestly.
Oh my god.
Kinda got that old dandruff.
I don't remember my reaction anymore. I first watched JoJo in like 2019, so I don't remember much. I remember watching it. My reactions, I was spoiled a lot, sadly, especially with character deaths. I was spoiled, sadly. But for the rest, yeah.
Whenever people talk about anime around me, they're always like, you've seen JoJo, right? You like JoJo? And they're always surprised that I don't, because they're always like, but you're gay, it's full of buff men.
Oh my god.
This was a major
Like-
selling point for me. Okay, listen. They were like, look at the men, and I'm like, well, you know.
That's one of
They
the
know.
only reasons how I only know JoJo. The other
the
other reason was me, my friend, and my partner, both of them forced me to take personality tests of the JoJo series. And it was in the middle of the night, and I think I was crying.
I just remember my
I
friends from
introduced because of my friends were into it and memes were spreading around of it. So I thought, hey, why not go watch it myself? And so I did, and that caused a whole domino effect. And now I'm here in the anything sessions.
Yeah.
Are you happy with your choices so far?
Yeah.
Did you make Max? Did you make this image?
I did. I send them to the group chat. For the first one, I sent it like minutes after I found out. Like after we started watching
Love the damage.
part 4, and then the one was made minutes after seeing Joseph again.
Oh my god.
Pathetic.
Oh, I have an unrelated question.
Huh?
Did one of you make a post of asking for questions, or
No.
No, I did think about it
no.
after we started recording, and I'm like, oh well, whoops.
It's a
Okay.
little too
Oh, well.
last minute right now.
If you, the listener, ever want to ask questions, you can always send it into one of our Tumblr Ask Box or our brand spanking new email that we've had for several months but haven't used
we
for
have an
anything.
email?
We had an
We
email.
do. We have an email. If you'd like to ask us questions or send us business inquiries, oh no, I can't open the inbox for some reason.
If you
You can send us your inquiries at theanythingsessions.cast@gmail.com. That's theanythingsessions, all one word, .cast, as in podcast, @gmail.com.
and if you're someone who wants to be on the anything sessions, reconsider.
Please send us hate mail.
No!
Well.
If you
No,
want to
I
form
have
a
to-
parasocial
The
relationship
messages
with
inbox. Do not send us hate mail, please.
viewers, to our viewers, if you want to form a parasocial relationship to me,
No.
please send it into our email.
Do not.
No.
I
No,
myself go
no.
against this.
This
Viewers, please do
this
not.
session was sponsored by our hate
Manscaped.
Nestle.
This
I don't remember. what-
session was not sponsored by Smooth My Balls.
Sponsored
Yes!
by smoothmyballs.com. The razor for your
It's
balls
not
specifically. I'm so
Speaking
mad
of
that they
business
never
The
cards,
ball mat.
who
The
did I
ball mat.
replied to us. They never replied to us. We have to talk about that later.
We'll
They
talk
never
We'll
said-
talk about that
never got back.
soon.
Did we actually get that as a like? Did we ever get contact?
No, it was
did I
Max.
miss that real?
Yes,
What?
I did.
It was by
Max got
Max.
contacted, but we sent them an email, like in inquiry, and then they never got back to us.
What if the like typical like YouTube sponsors would you guys want on our podcast?
Can we get
Raid
Steve?
Shadow Legends, I hear they pay a lot.
Raid Shadow Legends, please!
Yeah,
Fortnite doesn't
they have
count.
Ninja Fortnite. I feel like Kane would love that.
We're not a gamer podcast. There's no way we're getting Fortnite.
I have a question.
What? I'm actually crying.
If we do get a sponsor, let's wrap this up then, folks. This session was not sponsored by
Anyone.
smoothmyballs.com/free products. And
Is that
my
really
name
the
is,
name of the people who contacted
Tamika.
you?
Listen, I'm not listening to you.
This episode of the
My name
podcast is hashtag not sponsored.
This podcast is hashtag not sponsored by Smooth My Balls, which is a sketchily source website. Please, for the love of God, please send me stuff. I want the razor so bad. My name is Max Amiga. These are my co-hosts, and this was the Anything Sessions.